Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aina Natasya Binti Awaluddin, and I will be presenting my research project, which is the effectiveness of Internet of Things (IoT) towards the entrepreneur in logistics sector at Ipoh Perak. Over the ongoing years, innovation organizations have grown more devices and applications with the abilities to be associated to the Internet. IoT is the network of physical object devices, vehicle, building, and different things embedded with electronic, programming, sensor, and network connectivity that empowers these items to gather and exchange information. In Malaysia, the IoT industry required to create over 14,000 new job opportunities and commit billions ringgit to the economy. According to Mimo Sendirian Berhad, Chief Executive Officer, Malaysia is a good position to develop a provincial center for IoT as the country has a solid establishment with the electronic and semiconductors. In this progressive era of Industrial Revolution 4.0, as a component of cyber physical framework, the IoT has been enforced in many other industries. IoT advancements cover the entire arrangement of transport components, start with traffic control, parking, fuel consumption, and more. Next part is problem statement. Along with the enormous development of IoT, there are numerous issues and difficulties to be tended while creating the IoT application. First, according to Banafa 2019, there are many technological challenges including security, connectivity, compatibility and longevity, standards and others. Most of the devices connected to the Internet are not fitted with the efficient protection mechanism and are vulnerable to a number of privacy and security concerns. A system and network protocol connectivity are the main problems currently facing the efficient implementation of the IoT scenario. Linking so many devices will be one of the greatest obstacles to the future of IoT, and it questions the very nature of current correspondence model and main development. Next part is research question. Research question in this research have 5. First is, what are the factors of technological challenges of IoT among entrepreneurs in logistics sector at Ipoh Perak? Second, what are the type of security issues in IoT technology? Third, what are the type of standard issues in IoT technology? Fourth, what are the type of connectivity issues in IoT technology? And lastly, what are the strategies that appropriate for IoT improvement? Next is the research objective. First is to identify the factor of technological challenges of IoT among entrepreneurs in logistics sector at Ipoh Perak. Second, to measure the security issue towards the technological challenge of IoT in Ipoh Perak. Third, to measure the standard issues toward the technological challenge of IoT in Ipoh Perak. To measure the connectivity issue in technological challenge of IoT in Ipoh Perak. And lastly, to suggest the strategy that improving and preparing the workforce about the IoT technology across the innovation ecosystem. Next part is the scope of the study. This research will focusing mainly in Ipoh Perak. The limitation of this research is sample constraint, time constraint, and data collection process. Next is the significance of the study. The study often discerns knowledge to researchers on the situation in this field, especially on the effectiveness of Internet of Things toward entrepreneur in logistics sector at Ipoh Perak. Next, the Internet of Things has brought about various new advancements alluded to as brilliant advances. Next, the Internet of Things can likewise change the society from the various perspectives. Next part will be the literature review. There are 4 issues in this research. First is security issue. Security is transforming into the enormous issues that need to be tackled in the implementation of IoT technology. Second, the entirety of IoT technology need to manage with the approval, authentication, and access control. Next is the standard issue. The utilization of generic, secure, and freely available specification as technical key component for IoT technology and network. For example, the Internet Protocol will uphold more noteworthy client advantages development and economic opportunity. The third issue is connectivity issue. Connecting so many devices will perhaps the greatest task of things to come of Internet of Things, and it will challenge the system of current communication models and underlying innovation. The IoT connectivity has requirements and constraints that are significantly different from others' connection. The last issues is talent and workforce issues. Most of IoT challenges today related to staffing and skills. This is the conceptual framework in this research. The independent variable in this research is security issue, standard issues, connectivity issues, and improving and increasing the workforce and talents in IoT, while the dependent variable is the technological challenge of IoT in Ipoh Perak. This is the hypothesis statement in this research. Next is the research design. Research designs provides insight about how to conduct research using a particular methodology. In this research, quantitative type of research has been used for the data collection purpose. The survey will be conducted through the online questionnaire. Next is data collection method. Primary data collection, implying that the data is collected and accumulated expressly for the result of the project. Next is study population. The target population of this study are the entrepreneurs in logistics sector at Ipoh Perak, especially in Kinta district area. For sampling size, there are approximately 70 suppliers of logistics services in Ipoh, especially in Kinta district. The researcher using Morgan table as guidance in determining sample size. According to that table, if the population of the study is 70, the sample size must be at least 59 respondents. The research instrument design. First is the questionnaire. Instrument used is survey questionnaire through the Google form and data collection. Questionnaire used to collect and record the essential information. Section A will be the demographic profile. Section B, security issue. Section C, standard issues. Section D, connectivity issue. Section E, talent and workers issues. And Section F, the effectiveness of IoT towards technological challenge in Ipoh Perak. Next part is measurement of variable. This study will use a nominal scale for section A, while Likert scale for section B, C, D, E, and F. Next is data analysis. In data analysis tools, IBM SPSS statistic will be used for the process of data analyzing. Next is descriptive analysis. Descriptive analysis is to measure the mean, standard deviation, and variance of the data that have been collected, figure out the central tendency, and describe the essential characteristic of the research. The reliability test is to test the accuracy and reliability of the data collected. The researcher also used Cronbach alpha, where to measure the strength of reliability in a group of items, and Spearman correlation analysis, and lastly, mean analysis. Mean analysis is a method for evaluating the degree of response to the independent variables and the dependent variables according to the Likert scale. That's all from me. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.